Welcome to the Get Lifted debate show. I'm Lewis Daniel.
I'm Jen Wakefield.
I'm Nathan Devonte.
And today we're going to be discussing RnB artists that we want to see come back. So who do you want to see come back?
I don't know where to start, because when I thought about this, I thought, actually, is it more going to be about RnB artists who used to make an impression on my life? Because actually some of them may be around now, but I'm not aware of it. Well, one of them that I used to love, one that I mourn over is Aaliyah. I always listen to her albums. I know she can't make a comeback, but she's someone who I listen to her albums mourning for, thinking, I wonder what she would be doing if she was around now. Wasn't that such a sad loss?
Yeah.
Aaliyah, when she went, because she had a great voice and she was producing, she worked closely with Timbaland, didn't she? I mean, when I think of when Timbaland came onto my periphery, it was through Aaliyah. Yeah. Then through Aaliyah, I started to listen to Missy Elliott. Then from Missy Elliott, I started to listen to other artists that Timbaland worked with, and it kind of was like this ping pong, ping pong, ping pong thing.
Yeah.
But talked about people like Tweet and Cassie, who have nostalgic memories of like Oops Oh Ma, and Cassie with Long Way to Go, and
Me and
You, these hits. But again, I think that's because of the nostalgic, element of remembering those artists.
We have R&B performers and we have R&B singers. And for me, Cassie was just a performer who could dance and she looked cute and she had some good songs. People like Tweet, she's a singer and she just had an album out last month, but nobody knows about it. Little Mo, she had an album out 2 years ago, nobody knows about it. Tank had an album out in January and nobody knows about it. R. Kelly had an album out the end of last year, nobody knows about it. Faith Evans had an album that came out in February last year, nobody knows about it.
But R. Kelly as well, for me, is someone who I was thinking about, and I thought about him back in the day when he collaborated with Nivea on what do you remember that song Laundromat? Head to the laundromat. But R. Kelly for me has become like a featuring artist, like featuring R. Kelly, featuring R. Kelly. And I'm kind of like, what's happened with that?
R. Kelly's written for all your faves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But this is it. You've got the knowledge, Nathan. So you can say this. But as someone who loves R&B and who sort of had a journey of, so my background of the R&B was that I was saying, I used to watch a lot of MTV Bass, a lot of it. I didn't need to look anywhere else for my sources. From that, then and then my brother used to go to America a lot in his holidays, bring back music before it came out here. So then we get on the LimeWire messed up our computers, so we couldn't get out. My dad would come in and be like, Jenny, why isn't the computer working? We'd be like, we don't know. And I'd be like, it's LimeWire. But that was my kind of music history for a while, and then I came away from it and I suppose investigated where I've had boyfriends who've been interested in other music. Lost that identity a bit of my interest in that music. Whereas you've been a solid person with a lot of journalistic music knowledge of R&B, so this stuff, right? But I guess I'm trying to think, why do the general public who used to like this kind of thing, maybe why don't they know about it?
R&B is just not being supported financially by the music industry. You need to be pop, you need to be sexy, you need to be able to dance and probably have a blonde hair and a straight nose, or at least
I disagree with that.
To sell records in today.
Not blonde hair. No one. I do not expect to see an
Rihanna, Beyonce,
hair,
Ciara. They're all voluptuous women.
But I do not ever debate that they are not black women though.
No, but I didn't say anything about the colour of their skin. I'm saying that you gotta have blonde hair and look sexy.
But the way you're describing is that they're looking more westernised.
For your music to be known.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The westernised musicians go further. That's why that Rihanna album is out. That's why that Ciara's album, you might not have bought it, but that's why you didn't know that some of the other singers, maybe Tweet, you didn't know that she had even had an album out just last month.
I don't think that's it.
But the thing is, even successful R&B records these days don't get the credit, because Tyrese had a record out and it's really, really good actually.
Yes.
And it did really well commercially, and it was on the top of the Billboard charts for a long time, and it's like
no Grammy.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't expect that anyway, but it's like,
but it's kind of, there's a bit, I'm oversaturated with sources. Where do I look? Where do I go? Because I think I had a few trusted sources where I'd look for my music back in the day. It was, like I said, MTV Bass, maybe we look at Channel AKA for some British stuff. Trevor Nelson, I look for his R&B knowledge. And sometimes I try and seek out them now, but actually, you know, a lot of music television has got reality series on, so they don't always have that music content that you want.
MTV is Teen Mum.
Right, so now I listen to like Rinse FM. I try and listen to Rinse FM, but then sometimes I'm like, there's a lot of house in there. It's UK represented, and that's okay. That's what I go to for that. But my sources are all confused, you know. Even my dad knew where to look. My dad was one of the people who introduced me to the Lucy Pearl album when Lucy Pearl came out, right? And he knew where to look for that because it wasn't that hard to find the source to get the new music. But now I'm so confused. I know that blog's there for that blog's for that, but there's so much going on in life. I'm like, I don't know where to look for it. I don't know who to ask for it. Like, I don't know what's the best. It's just
the blogs and follow your faves on social media.
But I've got too many interests from now. I suppose I've changed, you know. But yes, but like you said, the blogs, even the blogs. So they might provide some information, but I want to know the best new music artists, and I want a package with it, I suppose, more than anything. Sometimes it's not just about the song. For me, I did like the package. I needed that music video to go with it. I needed the dance. I was one of those people who used to buy into that.
But the music videos are still being created.
Yeah, they are. I just don't.
They're there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe R&B hasn't moved on with the changing music industry, because back then we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have the internet sharing, like iTunes, and that wasn't big. I mean, you had like Napster and LimeWire, which we mentioned, but like it wasn't big, and there wasn't all these sources and all these places, and maybe R&B hasn't moved forward with that.
I mean, there's a lot of other genres now, isn't there? There's a lot of other genres to be listening into, tuning into, tapping into. So I would never have imagined, you know, back in the day that I would spend so much time listening to a DJ producer like Skrillex or something and being so into that, or that I would really be looking at homegrown genre like grime in so much detail, because that's taken up some space where R&B used to perhaps exist.
So what are you saying that they need to do, these R&B artists?
I don't know.
Do you know what? Another thing is, like, R&B has become more like a mature music, and older artists. I don't see many new young artists like back in the day when we were growing up coming through.
What about Tinashe? How would you what genre would you say
Pop
she was
R&B.
into? Pop R&B. So Tinashe is being held up now as being someone who's going to have a big year. Where would you put Izzy Bizou? Would you say Izzy Bizou? Izzy Bizou, someone's coming up.
I think she's a bit like alternative.
She's a bit more alternative.
Soul. I don't know.
I mean, maybe also that genre. There's a lot of cross genre now. Maybe there's a lot of cross genre, and also
Yes,
it's not quite so clear as it used to be. Like, you know, when I think about artists who I'm listening to, I'm like, they sit there and they sit there. You know, someone like Grimes, who's become really big. She's an alternative artist, but she sometimes sounds a bit like this, sounds a bit like that, and she's getting talked a lot about. Gwen Stefani, her new stuff that's about to be released. So I'd be interested to see what kind of influence has been over her music, because she's an artist as well, and she'll talk a lot of truth in that. But
the thing about Gwen is that she's very innovative, and she will dibble and dabble across genres that are hot right now, you know, much like a Madonna and some of the other kind of real popular artists. But R&B, the real R&B soul singers, they stick to kind of this formula. You know, if you want it, you'll come to me, and I'm not going to spend my time going into pop and dance.
But maybe they need to invest more in the live element of their music, because because their voices are the stars, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they need to be doing more live events.
This is why I love Erykah Badu, because she will spend, you know, a majority of a year touring, and she just puts out an album just to kind of assist her tour. You know. But the music that she puts out is good music. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So that's something they could look into doing, I think, a bit more of, if they're not already, you know. But I think, if I'm thinking more and more about it, I think, well, if you're there for the music, for the soul of their voice, for what they're all about, go and see them.
Yeah, people like Tidra Moses, she's only got 2 studio albums, but she's got like 10, 12 mixtapes in between and after. So she's able to come to London every year because she's done so much. She's got so much material, and she's able to perform, you know.
Exactly. And the R&B videos, let's face it, they did get a little cheesy. It would be the same format, be the girl and the guy like, were you with another man last night? No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. I'm going to do a song about it now. And then that's what happened. And you're like, that formula can only go so long, can't it?
I love R. Kelly's like stories.
I know, but it's like, oh, another one. Oh, what's going to be this time? Oh, they've had an argument again. Oh, she's going to talk about how she's upset about it, how he cheated on her, how she found the bill. Like, it's just the same sort of thing, isn't it? So, you know, maybe that kind of got a little bit outdated with the commercialisation of it all in the music videos and stuff, you know. That lost its place. But yeah, more live, I reckon. More live promotion. And I think the music industry should be investing in the live element of music more.
Yes. And that's where you make your money anyway.
Real people connecting. It's about the realness again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, let us know what you think as well. You can like, comment, subscribe, share. Are there any R&B artists you want to let us know about that we should be looking at? Are there any events coming up you think we should be aware of? Share this as well with anyone you know who you think has the same feeling about it, different feeling. Yeah, we want to know your thoughts.
Running.